This month marks 25 years since the Los Angeles riots. The predominantly African-American community of South LA erupted after a jury acquitted 4 white police officers in the videotaped beating of Rodney King, a black man who was stopped for speeding. Police Chief Charlie Beck talked with our Danielle Nottingham about the LAPD's darkest days.
Let's go back to the 1990s. You're a young sergeant on the force. What was the environment like in Los Angeles?
You know, Danielle, it was really toxic. Tough time to live in the city.
Back on the day when the 4 officers are acquitted in the Rodney King case.
April 29th.
April 29th, the images start coming up on the news. What did you see first that day?
Well, I was working that day. We had a huge crowd begin to assemble in front of Parker Center. A number of arrests were made. Right about the time I got home, my wife said, "What are you doing here?" She said, look on the TV," and there was Reginald Denny being pulled out of the truck. Get back in my car, start heading towards the city, and the city was glowing from the fires. As I'm seeing my city burn, I feel very responsible because of, what all the angst is about the Los Angeles Police Department. Several
days of rioting left $1 billion in damage and more than 50 people dead.
We're on the 25th anniversary of the riots.
Yeah.
The last significant anniversary was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And within those 5 years, look at what's happened across the country. In Ferguson, there's images of the National Guard going in. Just this week in Sacramento, there was an incident where there was allegedly excessive force used by police. 2 officers in Georgia fired off the force for some of the same reasons. Is this still a problem today?
Well, it's always going to be a problem in this profession. What we try to do is create strong culture that prevents this from being the norm.
Since 1992, the LAPD has gone through many reforms, some under federal monitoring. Chief Beck says the department now looks different.
We're majority minority right now. We're almost 50% Hispanic, 20% women. In the 92 riots, we were majority male white.
And its approach has changed.
What I tell everybody is I want 2 things from you. Make the city safer and build public trust. You do those 2 things, everything else will take care of itself. There's no other outcomes that I want besides those 2.
Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.